All right, y'all, so I'm back. Put up that light. I'm working on the second light right now, but I'm still, of course, watching Jayla and taking a moment to reflect and process what she's saying. And she was talking about how, again, speaking on ducking off and transformations, and just also understanding that you are blessed no matter how uncomfortable you are, like a little bit on me right now. I was very uncomfortable from 2020 till literally November 8th of this year. But seriously, transformations literally take time and they are painful. Like I was talking to one of my therapists that I have many different versions of therapists. I'm big on investing in me and healing myself because I've been through a lot that I don't always tell people. I just be smiling wave, boys, smiling wave. That's literally my mindset. I'd be like, yeah. And no one knows what I be going through. And so, and I don't really like to put it out there because I'm very, very private, but I give like a smidge. But no, 2020 to literally just a couple of months of this year, uncomfortable. I had a plan. I knew I was getting my place sometime. Didn't know when. I said it to myself in 21 that I was like, yeah, I gotta move. I was on my I Choose Me journey. And so that took time. I mean, in that process, I was planting seeds though. Like 21, it was my I Choose Me journey, and I literally was like, I'm gonna do whatever it is I need to do to heal. So that was the first thing of therapy. So I did therapy, and then I also started working out like crazy, lost hella weight. So that there was helping me. 22 was my footing in social media. So I decided that, hey, I say I'm gonna do it, let's do it. So I started it, and I did well. and I was like, okay, cool. I still have more dreams of social media and more things coming. And then 23 was my year of really embarking on my business and still adding more seeds, planting more seeds, watering more seeds. And so I did that, did the salon, all of those things. And this year was my hardest year yet. Like all those years, I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I remember the beginning of this year in January, literally laying in bed like, what am I about to do? Like, I have no idea. Like, I had some ideas, but really I had no idea. Like, I was not lost, but I just was kind of like, what do we do now? Because I knew I was closing chapters. Like I knew I was closing so many things that I wasn't doing anymore, or I knew I had to put a pause on. Like I knew God was telling me take a break from makeup and all that. And I was like, wait, what? But this is my business. And I was like, okay. And then my lashes, and I was like, take a break from that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but okay, just again having that blind faith and literally just being obedient. So I did that. And then I remember when I tried out or auditioned for Color Girls, and I was just happy. Like I remember I still made a vision board, like I always make a vision board. And I remember everything this year that I put on my vision board, accomplished. And I'm gonna talk about that more in a separate video of like what I did and how it helped me and how I was able to accomplish all these things. Cause like I said in my manifest video, literally it all starts with choosing yourself. And so that was this year of like, okay, what are we gonna do? So I tried out for Color Girls and I got that. And that's really when the transformation clicked. It was like, oh, the whole message of the end of that play is I found God in myself, and I loved her. I loved her fiercely. And baby, has that been literally what we've been on? And it's like loving myself, choosing myself. And like, yes, I didn't go hard with working out this year because my body was like, we just cannot. She just couldn't do it. I tried. Like I kept trying to work out, and I mean, my body was just screaming at me. And I'm like, okay, so I did yoga. So I've been doing yoga on and off. But we about to start back with that. And, content creation, I tried it. Couldn't continue it because I was like, my biggest transformation this year was pushing myself out of an old chapter into a new one. And it literally took 9 months. Like I felt like I was rebirthing myself this whole time, and man, was it whew, just thinking about it, was it a process? It was a process of literally just going with the flows, crying, screaming, like just having to like work out my feelings, and then just still trying to be emotionally intelligent and just emotionally aware, and just aware of myself, aware of other people, aware of my daughter's feelings and all of that. And I was, but at the end of the day, I knew I had to put myself first, because again, I can't put anybody else's feelings above mine, because I did that for years, and that's how I was in the situations that I was in previously. And so I'm like, no, this year it's all about, this new part of my life is all about how I feel and what feels best for me. Because the thing is, I'm never going to not think about anybody else. I just don't think like that. I'm always going to consider you, but it doesn't mean that I don't have to move for you. Like, I don't have to do things because of you. Like, I'm still gonna do what's best for me, and in that, I'm thinking about, well, how do I make sure I'm not doing too much to hurt my daughter? Like, the whole move for me and her father, I made sure that, hey, I was still close in proximity, not far at all. That way I could still drop her to school, you know, and all of that. So it was like, it wasn't hard, but it was still like, or it wasn't, you know, it's hard, but it's not like I was being selfish. Like, I was being self first, putting me first, because I feel like that's how you're supposed to live your life. You be self first, you be self full, and that's what it's been. And so yes, transformations, babe, they hurt. And I remember talking to my therapist, and she was like, yeah, you're in your cocoon stage. And I was like, because I had one transformation before, and I was back in like 2022, and that one felt interesting. Like, that was more of like a, okay, I feel like I'm feeling myself. Like I was feeling myself, but I also was like, I'm feeling like myself. Here she is. Like, I remember this girl, because she had been dormant for years. For years. And so when she came back, I was like, okay, hey, here we are. That's it. That's cool. We cool. And then 2023, I got like super busy in working, and so, or like doing my business, that I kind of like wasn't really thinking too much about what it is that I needed all the time, especially towards the end of that year, because I was like really like business. And then I was seeing that like things weren't really happening the way that I was hoping for them to happen. So I was like, all right, cool, we just gonna take a break. And so when God was like, get ready to end this, get ready to end that, get ready to end this, get ready to end that, take a break from this, we'll come back to that. Like, it was just a lot. And so I remember being in that stage of like, whew, this hurts, because it's like the things that I really want, I can't really do it right now. And I want to, like, I remember telling my therapist, I was like, man, like I want to do this stuff, but I know I can't do it in this right now, because this is ending. Like, I can feel it. Like, it was like, I'm not doing, like, this chapter is over. Like, it's coming to an end, and I can feel that wholeheartedly. Like, and so I was like, I don't want to start anything new that I want to pursue in my new chapter in this old chapter. And so the patience, baby, I literally learned patience is a virtue, and it is. And having to be patient and wait my turn and just enjoy the journey, like I always say, which I do. But even, hey, it'd be hard for me too. I'm just a regular person, just like everybody else. And that shit is hard. It's hard. And it's hard, especially when you know that you have things that you really are looking forward to do, but you cannot do it in this moment because you're not supposed to. And even if you try to, it's going to freaking fail. And I'm like, oh. So, but yes. And so now, coming out of that stage, like, the amount of ideas, the amount of creativity, like, every day I'm coming up with something. I'm like, bro, it's time. Like, it's lit. Like, now it is time. Like, it's making so much sense. And even in the days that I'm having a low day, because like I have those days, especially when I'm overwhelmed, because again, having ADHD and then being a mom, it's already enough that I gotta be on top of my own ish. Like, literally checking myself. Like, did you do this, Jasmine? Like, did you do that? You need to do this. And then having to do that with a 6-year-old. So I get overwhelmed and overstimulated quickly. And so that's why I'm like, I needed an environment that was conducive to me, that literally fit who I am as a person. And so yeah, but now we're here and I'm excited, super freaking excited for this journey. There's a lot that I'm just looking forward to, that I'm like, oh, I really can't wait to get there. But I also am excited to enjoy the journey of, okay, breathing, slowing down, you know, not rushing towards anything, because what's the rush? Like, we know the destination, we know it already. So what are you rushing to? Enjoy it, figure out what works best for you, and do that, period. And so yeah, but we will have more conversations on a lot of things, because again, I'm being unapologetic in this whole journey. It may ruffle some feathers, but at the end of the day, you know what? Okay. I have the right to tell my story. God has been telling me for 3 years to do that. And I mean, there's tons of written material. And I hope you ready, because I ain't going nowhere. Alright, y'all, so light is complete. The second light is complete. I'm about to work on the foundation of this closet. But the umpteenth time of watching this Jayla vlog, I have something to say. She's talking about how everything in her life is new, and how she has moments where she's like trying to do things the old way, and it causes so much anxiety. Like, she's trying to revert back, but it's like, you're not supposed to, because God has put you in this new chapter. And I can definitely relate to that. And it's like, man, it's so hard, because it's like, well, this is what I do know, but I also do know that don't work for me. Like, I didn't really care for it then, so why am I trying to go back to that, knowing that I didn't care for that then, or that's not what's best for me, or I've outgrown that. And I know that I have outgrown that. And like, this new chapter, this new journey, yes, it's uncomfortable. It's extremely uncomfortable. Why? Because I don't know nothing about this. I've never had my own place to myself in all of the 33 years that I've been on this earth. I've either lived with my parents, I lived in a dormitory because I was in college, and then graduated, and then moved in with my ex. I don't even see, and that's new. That's new for me to say, because what? But that's the truth. It's the truth of the matter. It's literally the truth of the matter. And it's like, I'm so used to being this person that I'm like saying these new terms, these new words, these things that's, I just never thought, one, that I would have to say, but two, it's the truth. It's new for me, and it's hard, because when I say it, I'm thinking like, dang, that's a failure. But honestly, to me, it's not. I feel like you do the best you can on both sides. You do the best you can, and when you haven't healed wounds of hurt and trauma from your past, I promise you, all that shit's gonna do is eat up. It's going to eat at everything good that you have, because it's trauma. It's there. It's not meant to make anything feel good. It's always going to make you feel bad, because why? It's trauma. You went through something in your life, whatever it is, whatever it was, you went through something. And the point is to heal. And if you're going into something unhealed, and two people going into something unhealed, tragedy, unfortunately. It's a tragedy. And so that's technically what happened. And so for me, on this new footing that I'm on, it's new. But again, it's exciting, because it's so new and it's so foreign, and I don't know what it's about, but I do, because I know in my heart that this is what's best for me. This is what's right for me. And like, my anxiety has been through the roof, and like, unfortunately for me, it shows on me because I attack myself, and I hate that. I don't really hate it. It's something that I've accepted, but I'm also going to therapy to get help for. And it's just a process. It's literally a learning process of me working on myself to get myself to be the best version of myself. And the old, it feels familiar. It feels comfortable, but it's not comfortable. It's actually complacent. It makes you stuck, because you can't grow in a space that has no room for you to grow. And you can't do things that you know trigger old feelings, old wounds, and expect to feel better about it. Like, you just cannot do that. And so for me on this journey, God is there. I mean, he heard my prayers, he heard my cries, he heard my screams. And this is all about me. Either I do as I'm supposed to, or I can sabotage this and be stuck in another cycle. Like, it's literally that. And I don't want that. I don't want the latter. I want to make sure that I'm doing what it is I'm supposed to do. And I'm trying the new things, even though they may be uncomfortable, such as vlogging and telling and speaking and saying something and like giving authenticity, giving a realness of me, regardless of what it look like, okay? Regardless of what it is. I'ma be JMac. That's 100%. I don't ever want to be anybody else, because baby, we all got our shit. And I know my shit. I don't know your shit. I don't want your shit, because no. Absolutely not. I know what the fuck I've done and what I've been through, and I know what I'm working on and what I have worked on and what I'm working towards. I got that. I got that. Now all about it is like, again, I know the destination. Now it's just, how do you do that? And it's going to change day to day, year to year. So there's no point of me having like, yes, I can have a plan. But again, this year I had plans, and according, like they happened, but it's not exactly how I had it on my vision board. And that's the same thing with my life. I had a plan. I wrote a plan out at either 11 or 13 years old of what I wanted my life to look like, what I wanted to accomplish. And I've done some of that, but the plan ain't the same. It ain't what it's not exactly what I had laid out. And so now it's like, well, what do we do from here? So I'm not afraid, I'm excited. But it definitely does feel uncomfortable at times. But at the same time, I think to myself, like, this is what you prayed for. You prayed for a new beginning. You prayed for a new chapter. You prayed for new experiences. New. Hence my baby name, Nunu. And what I used to say to my family when my baby was born, when I had her name, I used to be like, it's new, but she ain't new to this. She true to this. And then mainly just saying that, hey, been here, done that, you know. And the way she acts, she probably was here before. I don't know. But literally, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly learning myself. And it's so much fun, because this is all I ever prayed for. Like, again, when I say I've been through a lot, yeah. And I'm just excited to see, today is December 9th, 2024. I wonder what it's going to be like December 9th, 2025. Like, so I'm excited. Very excited. And for anybody that's on a journey, keep going. Don't stop. Like, you are on this journey for a reason. You chose you for a reason. And you were meant to choose yourself. And it's important that you choose yourself. Like, it's, I don't know. Again, 30s is different. I love my 30s have been lit. They have been amazing. My 20s were just crazy. But 30s, I love it. The growth, the wisdom, the self-love, the self-care, just, yeah. So you ain't never too old to start over. You ain't never too old to start over. So don't ever feel like, damn, it's too late. It's never too late. You above that ground, right? You ain't 6 feet under, is you? Nah, that's what I thought. And when I'm with family, because that's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be family here. I don't speak proper. I'm not gonna do that, because when I'm with my family, I don't speak like that. Like, I can, but I'm not. I'm real just laxed, extremely laxed. So I'm gonna say however I feel like saying it. So Izia may come up, we be may pop up, you know, because it's fun. It's who I am. It's my culture. Like, I don't care. Like, I know there's a time and place for everything, and I know how to do that. Come on now. So if you above that ground, you still got time. You still got plenty of time. So this is from one person who has gone through the hustle and bustle of it all, to a person who may be viewing this and like, dang, I don't know if it's gonna happen for me. It sure can. You just gotta believe in it. You gotta believe in yourself and believe that you can do it, and then boom, it'll be done. But again, faith without works is dead.
See, I'm a west side nigga from the zone. Knock, 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 knocking at the door. I keep them links on hip, cause I keep on my fist. Give a fuck about pronouns, I'm that nigga and that bitch.